Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duck Bricks. I'm Chris, and well, Ninjago City Markets, the latest LEGO Ninjago modular, just released. And today, we are going to be fully reconfiguring my LEGO City to integrate the amazing Ninjago City Markets into the city itself. And this was no easy feat. You see, I have my LEGO City that is mostly set up right here, and previously, before Ninjago City Markets came out, I basically just had it set up on this amount of space. But because Ninjago City Markets came out and I literally had filled up every single square inch of the city with a modular building, I had to actually purchase another set of shelves just to bring it outwards, but thankfully that will actually allow space for not only Ninjago City Markets, which you can see right here, the newest Ninjago modular, but also includes room for me to integrate some of the Bricklink A-Full Designer program sets, like the incredible Studgate train station and the amazing modular construction site. So here's my plan. What I'm going to do, and ignore the Eldorado fortresses, these are up there for another video, is that what we're going to do is actually separate out the Ninjago City sets and bring them out here, because those are probably my favorite LEGO sets ever. I want to make sure that they have their own display to themselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out, bring them out here. I'm going to bring the modular construction building into where they were, and probably I'm going to integrate the LEGO Friends Botanical Garden as well once I convert that into a modular. And then with the Ninjago City sets, we're gonna have a lot more space opened up here for other stuff, so I can have these more over here, so I can have a Ninjago City kind of docks area here that transitions over to probably the train station. I'm not really sure exactly how this layout is going to work. There's definitely a lot of things that I still need to figure out with getting everything reorganized. This is going to be a massive reorganization of my LEGO City, and hopefully by the time this is done, I can finally actually give a full tour of my LEGO City, which has been in the background of a lot of videos, but I haven't actually shown it off in its own video because I was literally waiting for Ninjago City Markets to come out before showcasing my LEGO City so I could have the most complete iteration of it. And so, without further ado, let's just get right into things. Okay, so this is going to be a non-trivial task. What I want to do is take off all the Ninjago City stuff, so we have the gardens, the city, and the docks here, and I want to have them out on this corner to really showcase them as the centerpiece of the city. The train, I think, still makes sense to go through them. I think this is a good delineator because obviously this is about the size of a base plate and a half, so I could do a road on the outside and then maybe Ninjago City on the corners. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to unplug the lights to make sure nothing happens, and I think I'm going to have to probably just separate out some of the train stuff here because I also want to integrate the train station. So here's what we're going to do. We go ahead and separate this part out here. We are going to also just, because this is also sitting on top of Ninjago City docks. So I'm just going to take this whole chunk out. So we're going to detach the train. Oops. I'll fix that later. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. And is this actually attached to anything? No. Okay. So I'm just going to remove this part of the train tracks. The big question in my head, I guess, is trying to figure out where the train is going to go if the docks are not here. But one problem at a time. So let's go ahead and grab Ninjago City docks. I'm also glad I'm getting a chance to reorganize these because I wasn't the biggest fan of the existing layout for the city. I have kind of a corner building here and then another corner building, and they're not really attached, and I would like them to be attached. So I think what we can do is now, so these are for the lights. This was a piece that I just set up to attach the train, so I'm going to set this aside for now. And let's just try to get this fully moved around. Okay. Yeah, so the interesting thing is these are not even connected really. I put this little Ninjago City string lights to just connect them, but they're not actually attached to each other, which is convenient because then that allows me to be pretty flexible with the way I want to have things moved around. The only thing is that the wires are all attached to one hub. So let's just go ahead. I'm gonna detach the hub and set that aside. And I think it would be nice to just put Ninjago City Gardens, because this right here is basically the exact length. If we come around here, you can see that it's almost perfect. The way that this is set up is that you have a base plate and a half, And that is almost the exact length of this particular bookshelf, so it just fits very well in a grid there. I'm gonna go ahead and let me think about how I want to do the layout, because I don't know if it makes sense to have the two tall buildings here or maybe have it slope downwards to the gardens, or to the docks, the markets, and then the other tall skyscraper. Let's figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna take Ninjago City here, and we're gonna squeeze it around here. Okay, so we've got a couple options of what we could do. I could attach these like this, because then we'll have a continuous road, which I think will be pretty nice. Like, you can see that the balcony here will just attach, and then I can just have the wires snake this way or snake the other way, but we could have these attached like this, or we could put the docks in between. I'm trying to think of the heights of things, because if we have two tall items here, then maybe that blocks some of the view of the city. So what we might want to do, let me think. Well, first let me move over the modular construction site, which kind of acts as its own building, and I would like to get this in one of the street corners, so maybe here is a good place to put it. Maybe. Yeah. Or what we could do is have this close off this end here. Yeah, I think I still need to figure out where I'm putting this, because if we have this going, there's definitely a good orientation for this. I don't know, because it's technically a corner building. But then this is a good open area for the train to pass through, so maybe what I actually want to be doing is this, and that acts as kind of a barricade here for Ninjago City stuff. I think that makes sense, maybe. Let's just do that for now, and then I can add more like smaller buildings, like the Friends building works really great here. Okay, so that's good for this. Now the train station, I don't know where this is going to go. I'm guessing it's going to go somewhere here. But if I want to incorporate the markets now, I think what we need to do is have these be the end caps. I think it makes sense to have two tall end caps, have it slope down, and then go back up. I think the more I think about it, the more I like that idea. So what we'll do is, let me first set Ninjago City all the way over here. And that will be kind of an end cap. And then we can have the shorter buildings here. I think that will work out really nicely, and we'll have a pretty cohesive layout this way. Okay, I think this makes sense. Let me go ahead and attach up these Technic pins here. The only downside, I guess, well, I'll figure it. I mean, we can always get extension cables, but the downside will be the lighting for the wires is going to be a bit of a question mark, but I think this is doable. Okay, so then let's get these right here. That is looking pretty nice. And then we can take docks and put that in between these and make that look even better. So now my question is, docks is kind of set up interestingly, where there's two sides that can be shown. You can see it from this side, but it also looks nice from this side. But I think we want more open space so I can like pose minifigs and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, let's orient it this way. The only thing is that this upper balcony ends, whereas if I orient it the other way, the upper balconies continue. Okay, no, then that's the answer. Then it has to be oriented this way, so the upper balconies can continue around. That's not like super ideal though, because then, I mean, technically the best way to look at docks is from the other side. But the balconies make the most sense this way, so I think we're gonna have to go this way. So get that attached up here. Now, is there something, oh, that's interesting. Is this not flush? Is there like, so this is interesting because you can't actually get these buildings to be flush without removing this piece from markets. That's really weird. I mean, it's built correctly. I think they just didn't think of that. Why is this jutting out? Huh. Oh, that's not great. Yeah, because this piece just does not fit in between the two buildings. So there are configurations that just do not work with these. I mean, the easy thing is just to leave it off and no one will notice, but it is kind of annoying how this doesn't actually fit. Like, really? I didn't mess anything up, right? No, like that objectively does not fit. Huh. Okay, well, we're gonna put it there for now because I actually really like how these are set up, so I don't actually want to mess with that. Is there anything else, though, that's keeping these from attaching fully? No. Okay, so it's pretty attached up. It's not the best way of setting it up, but it's something. I'm just gonna put this here for now, although that's really weird how I had to remove that. Okay, so that's not a huge deal, I guess. Then we're gonna take Ninjago City, put that here. Oh, interesting. Well, then now this is hitting. Huh. So, okay. So what I just need to do is orient the roof this way. Is that gonna work? Yeah, okay. That's fine, that works. Can I reorient? No. Okay, yeah, so this one they actually planned for one part of the roof to be oriented a different way. The other one they did not. Okay, but now this is a nice continuous street for Ninjago City. This actually looks really good because we have a corner area and it goes around, and then you have like the walkway continuing onto here, you go around here, and then you have the walkway even continuing down to docks, back up to Ninjago City itself. So I think this looks really good. My next step now needs to be figuring out how to integrate the train station, which we've got there. And now there's actually a lot of empty space. I could actually put a half base plate's worth of stuff in here that I don't actually have.
Friends?
Yeah, I could put Lego Friends stuff. I could put more Lego Friends buildings. So if you come around here, you'll notice that there's a gap. Even with the train, there is a base plate's worth of gap in between here, right? That's like exactly one base plate, I think. Well, now I'm thinking, what if no, I do want the train going around though. So I have extra space here. This is a half base plate gap, and I probably could put in like Lego Friends sets. I'm thinking around there, like the nice Lego Friends buildings, I think could really go there. The problem is not all of them are half a base plate. Usually they're like a full base plate. Okay, well, first of all, let's figure out where the train station is going to go. Coming around here, we have the Studgate train station, which is a really nice build. This is probably one of the nicest builds that we've seen for any sort of Lego train station yet. But it's not the most, like, this is kind of an awkwardly placed station because of the way the tracks work. I am probably going to need to get additional tracks to change the layout of the train itself. What we'll do is, let me also just go ahead and remove the train. This is also a really big train. I might go with a different train. Like, I might go for a more modernized city train and not the Disney train. Because while the Disney train is cool, it is pretty big and it's kind of unwieldy. So if I push this all the way in, the nice thing about the way this is set up is because I actually have one of the city road plate to train connectors attached here. Like, this whole block here came with the train station and it's meant to actually connect with road plates. So that's really convenient, but I might have to get rid of that in order to integrate the train. What I think we can do is, what if I move this inwards and then the train has to go one level out, right? If the train's one level out, then I can put buildings in between the train tracks and the street, which I think makes sense, but also I need to think about visibility because then you won't be able to see the street very well at all. And the other issue is that you would be only seeing the backs of buildings as well. Because if the buildings are like here, you would really only see the back of the buildings if they're along this strip. The backs of buildings are never as good looking as the front. Huh. Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to remove the train track attachment piece and think about this for a second, because I need to be able to feed into the station. So the station needs to be like here to even feed in with the train. So the radius of the train track curve needs to be such that this is pushed all the way, it might even be pushed all the way up to Ninjago City. And then that, now we conflict with the tree. Okay, let's see what happens when we take this track, and this track. Okay, so this is now, I'm pretty happy with the placement of this. It's got a kind of awkward little space here, but I think it's doable. The issue is now that this spits out the train too close to Ninjago City. What we might need to do is, let me get some extra tracks. So I keep all my train tracks here, and we also have like the flex track. So the flex track we can use for the curved ones. So this is all a ton of train track, and I might need to play around and experiment a bit, but let's just try out. Okay, we've got a lot of straight tracks, we've got a lot of curves, and see what we can do with these, because right now the train spits out into Ninjago City too aggressively. So this is, what is that hitting? This is also hitting something. Oh, it's hitting the crosswalk. That's weird. Oh, I guess it's because there's a slight elevation when it goes up and it's hitting this. Well, I mean, I could just remove that. That's not a big deal. Well, that's a problem for later. What we need to do is feed in the tracks on the other end of the station, where, as you can see, that once you look inside the station itself, this is needing to feed out and connect to that track out there. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna take some of this flex track. Oh, that is tight. Is the radius of the flex track curve the same as the standard curve? I think it is. Oh, I need to reattach this right here. I think this is the same. Yeah, this is the same radius, so that doesn't actually do anything for me. What we're gonna do is try to connect this and move this here. I can't move this any closer because the radius of this curve puts it out here. Now, what I could do is shorten. I could actually, I wonder what happens if I just shorten this by a little bit, because then I could use flex track to shorten this. Because flex track, the good thing is you can like have it. So what if I got like a little bit, move this entire thing so it's flush with the road, connected this here. Oh, that might work. And then we can just go straight. Okay, let's try that. Gonna get this. This in and have this just go straight and connect this here. Now the placement of the track though, that's gonna be a little bit annoying because now what we have is there's kind of an awkward gap here where there's not enough room for really any buildings. To be completely honest, like this is not enough room for any buildings at all, really. We could try to push it all the way over to this end, or even have a bit of an offset. Actually, here's an idea. What if I got two curved pieces and just reoriented the train as it comes out, like kind of just go like this, then I can reorient the train the moment it comes out of the station to bring the train closer to Ninjago City and give me more building space. I think that is the move. So let's try it. There's still like, I feel like I'm still space is not super optimized still. But okay, now at least with this, then it is closer to Ninjago City, and we can maybe like stretch it to be even closer. Like put this here. But then this is separating outwards. Okay, I mean, I think this makes sense to be flush against the road. I could add more tracks, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with how this looks, because this at least gives me some space for buildings. One thing that might be interesting is we could use one of these pieces instead. Because with this, no, I think the way we have it set up now makes sense. What I now need to do is create a way for the train to curve around and also be able to just maximize going around buildings. Okay, so what we've got is I've got these support pillars, a ton of different support pillars here from the existing track that I just took down. So let's go ahead and take these off. Okay, so this is like a set of track that we can use. Now, what I've got here is a number of flex tracks just to be able to curve us around. So what we can do is, let's start the curve here. Continue the curve here. Still not super, like I could be doing more with the space, I think, but I also feel like maybe this is fine. I think once I get more buildings, I might need to do more with the space, but as of right now, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so we have all these stanchions and support pillars that I had made. Let me go ahead and get these oriented up. Again, feels like a bit of wasted space just having so many of these and not a lot of other stuff, but because like this I could put buildings here, but I do want a train. Okay. We're gonna try this, and then we're gonna take a chunk of straight track and attach that here. Okay, and that's like a flex track segment, I think. Yeah. Where's the flex track? I think I had some over here. Yeah. Okay. So then again, I still need to make sure that this actually is railroad, like train working. But okay, so it all connects. That's good. That's a good sign. And now what I will do is just make sure that these all have pillars. I think I don't actually need as many support pillars as I previously had, which is very nice because then I get to save some pieces. Because most of these pillars are too high. We don't need it to be this high anymore. Okay, attach that up. Yeah, this feels pretty durable to me. I think I'm happy with how this is set up. Okay, so now I really don't need any of these anymore. Weird. Okay, cool. I'm not complaining. Okay, so now the train is set up. I'm curious how it's going to run. But we've got the train track set up here, which is a nice configuration. I think I like how this is set up. We have room for more stuff. Ooh, here's an idea. Here is an idea. What if I took the gardens part of this, because this is kind of like a Ninjago City type thing, like it kind of looks like one, it's modular as well. I could integrate that into there, so I could take this and put this like here. Is that gonna fit? Oh, that's interesting. So this is still not quite enough space for extra buildings, unless I was really aggressive with it. And that means that I have to pick a smaller train. First of all, this is a sidewalk, so let's get this attached up to the sidewalk piece. I think that makes sense. Then I can probably brick build, or I'll use another copy of this sidewalk piece here. Where is the sidewalk road plates? Road plates. No, I'm looking for the sidewalk ones, which I can't find here. Yeah, okay. These are the extra road plates, so I've got extra road plates in here. Yep, okay, here we go. So this is a ton of extra road plates, and I can just integrate a sidewalk. I think that makes sense. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna get one of these and put that here so you can access this building. And now there's stuff that could go here. And I don't really know what. Because this is about as much space for one single building. What I could do is I could put the Lego Friends Botanical Garden modular here, which is something I've been working on, which I want to integrate into my city. It's not done yet, but it will be done. And then maybe like fill up this square with like a park or something. I don't know, like I feel like there's something I could put here to fill up space. Actually, maybe, is there like a nice Lego Friends building? Because Lego Friends has come out with a lot of nice buildings over time. Let me see. There's like a cafe we could put in. Oh, actually, ow. We can put in the Lego Friends space building here. There's like a building for like space research. This is about the right size, right? Because this is actually a pretty nice looking aesthetic building to integrate into this area. Move this part for sure. Let's see. I mean, does that make sense? I guess. It's only half a building, but it does curve things off. And if I put the botanical gardens here, I think that actually will look pretty nice. How does that look from this side? Yeah, I think that looks nice. Like you've got like a little space building there. Yeah, let's do that for now, because that's kind of a nice looking building just on the outside, I think. And then next, so I also have a lot of other Friends buildings in here as well. Okay, let me think. Yeah, okay, I think I'm generally happy with how that looks. I could fit another building. I could actually fit another building here. I could take this building and put it here. I actually think that looks pretty good. Because if I put that building there, I could find another building to put here, and things are lined up nicely. Okay, let's start with that. I also have Avengers Tower. Maybe Avengers Tower is a good one to put there. Because that's like an icon type of building. Yeah, okay. I like the look of that. I like the look of that being integrated in there. I'm gonna put this tree here, I guess. Okay, so next up we have the Botanical Garden from Lego Friends, which has been converted into a full-on modular building. I actually recently did a video on this, which you can check out, linked in the description below, but I really think that I would want to put this here. I'm wondering if there's space with the train tracks, because it looks like there's about a base plate's worth of space here, but I don't know. It's pretty tight. Let me first try to get this attached in. Oh shoot, just knocked off the bench there. That's not great. Can't quite see what I'm doing. I guess the issue with the one way the city is laid out now is that I can't actually really see what I'm doing, at least as soon as we get on the inside, but this looks like I can just attach this up right here. So we're gonna get this connected with the pins, if we can get that to attach up. And I think this is a good like area to end this part of the street on. I just need to get this to actually attach to this building. There we go. Okay, so the street ends here, and then we just need to have what I guess is maybe another flex track, or will this stretch? Okay, I think this will actually work. So we've got a couple of columns here. Now we have this open space for other buildings. What I will actually do here is I have a number of Lego Friends buildings that are brand new that I actually do want to integrate into the city itself. So what we'll do is I'm going to get another flex track to extend the train track, and then see where we can go from there. Okay, so we just need one more flex track. Here's my bin of train tracks if you're curious where I'm pulling everything out of. And let's just get this attached up. There we go. Okay, so there's a big empty space. I'm gonna go get some of the newest Lego Friends sets and see what we can do to fill this space. So these are the new community center sets from Lego Friends. I've combined them into one tall skyscraper, the way that they are intended to be combined. I think that something that we could do that's really nice is actually have this be the end of the street, and this actually looks really nice next to the currently in construction modular construction site here. Now, what we could do is there's a couple different ways we could lay this out. The way these sets are recommended to combine is that this actually can combine on that side there, but I don't know if I want to, because I don't want the crane to get in the way of things, but also this is just a nice corner of a street that we could use, like one corner here, and then I could put the other corner here. I think what we're going to do is, let me first take, there's a way that I want to line this up such that this is flush with the other building, and then I have the park area that kind of sticks on the outside. So how about I actually take this, put this flush with the modular construction site here, so this all feels like it's part of one block. And then the park area, which is this part here, can just slide on in as well. Get those connected up like so. And that fills up some space, but the thing is, I feel like I definitely could be using space better. There are other buildings that I probably could integrate into this that would use the space a little bit better than just attaching this on the side. Like, it's not bad. I think it's an okay use of space. But it feels like I could be doing potentially more. Anyways, okay, well, let's leave that for now, because I actually really like the look of how that fits into the city. Now we have this open area here. Obviously the botanical gardens fit in very nicely there. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now, do I still like the placement of the Avengers Tower here? I don't know. Like, maybe if it was, maybe I just need to actually take the tower and put this more over here so we have some of the taller skyscrapers here. Or even better, I could maybe fit it inside. No, okay. I think here, one of the orientations here is a good place for the Avengers Tower, because then that goes alongside with the other towers here. And I think what we need to do is then put some sort of a road plate or park there. Now I do have some additional road plates that I just have set aside. So what we might do is, what if we just put a road here and just cause the road to kind of finish? I think that actually works out pretty well, because then I can put vehicles there. Okay, yeah, so let's end the road there. What I need are a number of the printed road elements, so I definitely have those around here somewhere. There's definitely a Ziploc of road elements. And obviously I have this part that connects to train tracks, but the train track is already elevated at that point. So I don't think that's going to be super useful. I know I have a Ziploc with 2x4 tiles around here somewhere, but as I'm looking, I also want to look in my shelves and see if there's any other buildings from LEGO Friends or LEGO City that I specifically want to include. There are a number of different things that we could do here because I have a number of other buildings that I think would make sense to be incorporated in the city. There's like a cat hotel here, there's a bank, there's a school, and I don't know, I feel like at least some of these I could probably integrate into the sets themselves. If there's one that really stands out, I don't know if there's one I really want to incorporate. Because we do actually have a fair bit of extra space now. Because we do have that open area. So there are some more buildings I could put in. Maybe, yeah, there's like, I feel like there's something that I could do here. I'm just looking around at the other buildings I have in my collection. I mean, we could, we could try to integrate the Monkey Kid city into this as well. Would that fit? That might actually fit. Okay, let me actually try this out because this is actually a really nice modular city layout. This connects to this, which connects to these, and all of these form their own modular city block for Monkey Kid. And that could actually look really nice. Okay, let's actually see what that will look like. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the City of Lanterns here. This is a whole block. We're gonna move Avengers Tower out of the way for now. Maybe I should just put Avengers Tower back where I had it. But let me see. Can we squeeze this in? Even like at an angle, I wouldn't necessarily mind it. Okay. Okay, so it definitely fits. The question is, do I want to move the tree around here to actually make it fit in better? Because right now there's a tree, so that's a little bit annoying. Or what we could do is just put it at an angle. I'm not against it. Like, this actually kind of closes things out. Obviously, it's not a perfect grid system, but I don't know. I kind of like how that sets things up. And then we can just have a couple of the other Monkey Kid items. Ooh, we could put these thin Monkey Kid pieces here. Ooh, that's gonna hit the train though, I think. I think that is gonna hit the train. Okay. Well, we could put them like around here, and I think that there is a nice place where each of these go. I definitely will have to go for a thinner train now, especially with all of these new stores set up. But I think that these just add some character to the city street. You have like, even in between here, you have like a panda store. Over here, we've got some other buildings that I could use. Like we have a street area here, because this is pretty much all the location-based Monkey Kid stuff. So I could take all the little bits of the street that they provided us and form our own city street. Ooh, that actually, I really like how that's done. It almost now feels that the Ninjago City modulars are covering it up. Like, I like having this on display, but then also, you really have to go around to see the rest of the city. But I guess this kind of makes sense as existing as its own thing. So I think that works for now. Tentatively that works, and that frees up a shelf so that I can use that for other stuff. The final thing I do want, though, is Avengers Tower. I do want to integrate this into the build somehow. What we could do is, could this actually fit behind there? Like, could I put that here? It would be, ooh, this is a little tight. Oh, the other thing is LEGO is releasing, oh, hold up. LEGO's releasing a new Avengers Tower later this year that's really big. I'm gonna assume that's a modular building size. So maybe I shouldn't even put Avengers Tower in because it's going to be coming out later this year. Well, we can put this in for now, and then when the actual big new one comes out, then I can probably just build that one. What I've done is I have knocked off a tree there, so what I want to do is actually put this in here. Now, does this fit? Oh, it does actually. Oh, that works out. Okay, that actually works out really well. Okay, fantastic. We might actually be done. The only thing that I want to do now is actually have the train be motorized and have the train move around the tracks. So we have over here, this is one of the trains. I do need to remove the sidewalk piece because that does hit the train, but let's say if I just had like this one train being utilized, because this is a pretty like thin train. So if we could take this, I just want to make sure it goes along the track just fine before I try to motorize anything, knock anything off, because this is a very narrow and thin train. Okay, so we're hitting some of the trees here, but that's fine because we can just push those in. Okay, so that can go up. This can go all the way around. Ooh, that is a tight squeeze, but it looks doable. Now, going around here, we can see that the train can just go alongside, go past Unity Street, go all the way around, and then we are going down, 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 down. Put that away for now. Does this clear here? Yes, it does. Very nice. Okay, fantastic. And then we can move this all the way around. Okay, so that actually works out really well. That also gives us a good amount of space here. But maybe I could put the new Avengers Tower here when that comes out, because this is a big base plate. So let's leave that for now. I don't see any other buildings I particularly want to include here, so I think now I just need to work on motorizing this train, which is probably going to be a completely separate video. We can just leave this good to go for now, and it should be all set, because now we've got, okay, let's take a look at what we have. We have the Ninjago City area set up here. Let me see if I've got like another USB cord. This is not super ideal because I don't want wires snaking around here, so I'm gonna have to find a better solution for this. But yeah, that's not even gonna reach. Okay, so we'll figure out something. But anyways, we have the most important thing, which I wanted to integrate for this video, which is Ninjago City Markets. This was the brand new set that released on June 1st, 2023. We have this now in a fully consolidated Ninjago City street. And I also like how, as of right now, the layout of these compared to my regular city is that these are kind of their own thing. They kind of exist in their own area, and the regular city just has its regular buildings behind it, but this is something a little bit different. It's kind of divided outwards. As we move our way around, we go from Ninjago City Gardens to Ninjago City Markets, City Docks, the original city itself, and then here we have the Bricklink A-Full Designer Program Studgate train station, and that all kind of blends together into the main city. So overall, really happy with how this city came together. I definitely am super happy with the overall layout and look and feel. We have some friend sets, we have some city stuff, we have, of course, a ton of different modulars. And overall, this is looking pretty solid. I'm really glad I was able to integrate a lot of these brand new Lego sets. So altogether, this is looking really nice. I also like being able to integrate the Monkey Kids City of Lanterns into that. Like, that actually looks really good. Of course, we have the Lego Friends Botanical Garden in there as well as its own modular building, which is a custom mock that was made by the Brick Artisan. But of course, the main attraction of everything is the fully integrated Ninjago City layout, from the gardens to the markets to the docks to the OG city. This is looking so nice, and I really like how that kind of caps off the entire city itself. Of course, there's room for expansion. I've got this whole open area here, which I'm quite excited to see what else I can put here. I'm definitely looking forward to more buildings being able to be added, but overall, we have a pretty tight grid here for this particular aspect of the city, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Like, this is actually a pretty nice view. You can kind of see all the way through. You can go down the road. There's a train station at the end of the road. Of course, you've got different views here as well. So there's a road down here just passing by all the Marvel buildings, going all around to this other side of the city here. So you can see that it kind of ends in a construction site where the road actually can go to, so you can drive into the site itself, which is a very nice touch. Got a train going all the way around. And then of course, here's what that looks like there. The train is ready to go. And then you have a nice divider between the Ninjago City stuff. And with that, I think we've about summed up this video. I am very happy with the overall look and feel of this, but of course the city is continuously in flux. So I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of changes. I'm sure that at some point I probably am going to want to maybe integrate these a little bit more cleanly into the city. My only gripe right now is that it feels like the Ninjago City stuff is kind of standalone. Like, these are all in the front, which makes sense because they're my favorite Lego sets basically ever. So I want them to have the dedication and the showcase that they deserve. But I also feel like they're kind of separated out from the other Ninjago stuff or the other city stuff back there. Whereas all of this feels nicely integrated, and then you kind of get to here and it feels like I kind of just like put these on the end. That's my only gripe, but right now I do really like how it is set up. So I'm gonna leave it for now. And we will see, hopefully, that we're going to be able to do some more integrations in the future. I'm just happy I was also able to add in that Monkey Kid City, which was not planned, but hey, that actually looks really good as a way to kind of top off this corner of the city itself. With that, we have summed up this video. Thank you all so much for tuning into DuckBricks. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. Thank you so much, and bye for now.